All right. Hey y'all, this is Thursday. We are doing a YouTube live today. And instead of me having my usual setup of having my backdrop, my camera, tripod, all that, I am doing today's live for marketing. So I'll be at my computer. And what I'll actually be doing is showing you guys a behind the scenes look of how I would normally go about editing my content to be promoted. Um, Last week we did editing, and that was basically me showing you how I edited a couple of pictures for a shoot that I did. Let me see if I can bring that up right quick so you guys can see that. Let's see here. So I'm gonna share my actual page, and I'm gonna have you guys check that out right quick. All right. So if I were to go here, click on this link, and as you can see, of course, I had already made this particular video, and all I had did from last week was basically showing you guys the before and the after of the shot, just so you guys can see how it looks like before. Once it's taken like straight up the camera, and then going into the editing process, so that way you can get an idea of how I go about my editing altogether. So now what I'm doing, uh, actually, let's do this. Uh, 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 uh. Boom. All right. Just want to make sure that I am coming in hot. Should be able to hear myself. Okay. So this way, if I see anybody that comes through and they are possibly in the chat, I can also see what that is being said, so I can reply to it. All right. Um, so this is gonna be more of a conglomerate of a number of ways that you can ultimately promote and market your content. Okay, and the reason why, of course, I have broken this down in this way is so that way you guys can get an idea of what not just my process, but ultimately a successful process when it comes to your photography or videography, the editing portion, as well as the marketing. Ultimately, being able to get bookings, right? Ultimately, being able to get people to see your work once it's completed, once it has been polished. Because you don't want to just have work put out there without the tweaks being done. For some instances, you may just go ahead and say, you know what, I just need some content out. I'm just gonna post up my whatever I have as it is and let that be what it may be, and that's fine. But then the other moments where you might be putting together a campaign, for example, if you're putting together a campaign, you don't want to just put anything out there, because if you ask people to pay 100, 200, 500, maybe $1,000 for something that you're offering them, they want to make sure that it's going to be worth that money, especially that time. So this is where I had developed my own particular type of, I guess you can say, process, just to make sure that it makes sense for my clients, right? So I'm gonna show you guys a couple of examples right quick, and then I'm gonna get right into doing some creating for a promotion, for example, or a marketing campaign. All right. So for example, I will actually do this last. I'll show you guys actually this last client that I had, one of the last clients that I had, and for her set, and I should have multiples of this. Okay, so for her, we'll say campaign, right? So ultimately, these are the pictures that I took for her show, promotional wise. Now, keep in mind the booking was supposed to be for basically her getting videos for her performing, as well as getting pictures before the performance. And what I did was, when it comes to obviously photography, taking pictures before everything gets crazy, everybody is having a great time, hair is probably all over the place after and during the performance, right? Then getting the footage of the actual great time that is being had. So that is for the performance from beginning to end, right? And then from then on, we go into the editing, right? Because of course you get the pictures and you see how they look like. Well, there's definitely a difference in how they look like as far as the pictures go. Let me see if I can show that to you guys right quick. Once I get in there, I'm gonna bring y'all back because I wanted you guys to see what the pictures look like before I edited them, then what it looked like after I edited them, and then I also do have the video of, where is it? Drive. The video of after I actually edited the video itself, and I did that through CapCut, right? And now I'm going to show you guys an idea of what I would use and how I would put it all together to create a marketing campaign for anybody else who wants to do something similar, okay? So, let me see. I'm about to open up these pictures, and then I'm going to show you guys the video. Oh, it was right there. Okay. Now, there are many different ways that I go about doing these. Sometimes they may include CapCut. Sometimes they might involve Canva. Other times it might be just utilizing Lightroom altogether, okay? Maintenance, that's tonight. Excuse me, that's tonight as far as Pixie says maintenance tonight. That's fine. For like an hour. Okay, so here we go, all right? I am about to blow it up for y'all so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so here are the pictures, okay? So the pictures, as you can see, some of these are dark, all right? And she had the option, obviously, to choose 5 to go along with her package, all right? And then others where I brighten them up over time. I'm taking a picture. I'm realizing, okay, so let me go ahead and brighten it up even more. So some of these are actually really, really good. And then others, I just need to add a little more lighting to them or even bring the lighting down when it comes to the editing portion. So this just gives you an idea of what was actually taken, okay? And these are like 19 shots, like right before her set to actually perform. So then, of course, from there, I edited the 5 that she chose. So basically, if I were to show you guys that, you would see the difference, right? So here, for example, would be an example. Being able to, of course, bring in some of the features so that way they are looking more pleasant, right? Accentuating some colors, for example, so that way it's not where she's blending into the background, okay? And just basically just did that with the rest of these shots, okay? And she ultimately loved them. She shared them immediately. And then from there, going into the video aspect. So for the video itself, this was the video that I edited for her. Okay, let me see. Okay, now keep in mind with it being, of course, on Google Drive and probably all the stuff that I got going on with my computer, because I got like a lot of tabs up. So it does give a little bit of grain, but it's not how it ultimately was sent out to her. But nonetheless, pictures, video, edited at that. All of those were edited. All right, and then what I would do is from there. So say, for example, I got other performers, which I typically work with a lot of pole performers, people who dance in general. So say I got a lot of other performers, and I'm like, I want them to be able to have this as an option for them to be able to purchase on their own. Okay, so my idea would be creating a campaign where it would say, if you need pictures and videos and you're performing, right? And this would be like a situation where they might be doing a solo performance. They're not actually performing at a show where the show provides a videographer. So this way they could bring their own videographer, hence booking somebody like myself to be able to do this. So in this case, it would be specifically me, where you would get pictures at the beginning of the set, getting footage, video footage after the set, and then after all of that is done, you're getting edited copies of everything to be able to promote to get future bookings. Okay, and of course, what I would do is I would try to mash up together an idea of what that marketing campaign would look like in this sense. For even something as simple as creating it into a reel, right? So if I were to, just for kicks, I will open up a project during on CapCut. Okay, so I'm gonna bring this down. Wait for CapCut to come up, and then we'll run through it right quick, just so you guys can get the idea of what that would look like. All right. So CapCut is loading. Now what I want to do is, let's see, because I know I have. And I can go back to here and actually, because that's that. I don't think I saved. Let's see here. I see if I save these pictures. If not, then that's fine. All right. All right. So say for example, while I wait on that to come up. Okay. So now I'm gonna go ahead and download this video. Just so I can grab it and put it in my CapCut. And then we're going to create some text around it. So that way it can bring people's attention and be like, oh, okay, cool. So this is what I can get for this. Now, if I rather, instead of having me to go and get, let's do from here. Boom. Okay. And then we'll just go to, I'll leave it on its own. Type in her name. Boom. And then performance. That's in there. And now, I'll wait on that. So what I'm doing now, I'm going to open up another link right quick. So I can go ahead and I'm going to grab the reel that was already posted on my Instagram account, for example. It has all the pictures on it. And let me see if I remember which one I wanted to use. Save Instagram videos. I think it was this one. I can't recall. I think it's this one. We're going to try it out anyway. All right. So now, of course, waiting for this to come up. Grab the link, which is this video right here. Copy. Paste. And then what I'll do is to test it out, I will post it, say for example, tomorrow, right? Tomorrow's Friday. I think about what would be the best day and times to post these set types of content especially when it comes to marketing. So I can get people to really see, okay, cool, I do these types of things. This is where you need to look at so that you can be able to ultimately book me for something like this for yourself, right? And then I got to think about what else, what other videographers or other photographers may be even offering. For example, I don't see a lot of videographers and photographers offer what I offer when it comes to pro performers, for example, right? So I kind of keep that in mind because that would make it more exclusive. So even with that being stated, I always want to make sure that I am giving a really good but reasonable price. Edited pics reel. Alright, so we're going to drop that right there, like that. Then this one I'll just move. I'll go find that folder again here, so which would be actually right here. So now waiting for that to drop. Download, which it should be. Actually, they're both done. Cool. Alright. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back here. I'm going to find the footage that I just saved. Click on it. Import it into CapCut. Okay, cool. So now what I'm gonna do is I want to think about how do I want to present this, right? So I have obviously the reel of the pictures. I also have the actual reel of her performance, and I don't have to even show the whole entire thing just because of the fact that it could it could be me giving way more than I need to. So at the end of the day, I want to make sure that I am piquing interest. I'm not giving away so much because like they can go to my page or go to her page to be able to see all of the content that is from that particular evening. So here, for example, I think I may have maybe let's see how many shots is in here. So I say I got 3. So let me go make sure I just keep it at 3 shots from this clip, all right? And then here I probably maybe use about 10 seconds worth of it because it's 35 minutes altogether. So then I'll probably use like the best 10 seconds, which in this case we'll do from here. Actually we'll do it from here, okay? And then I'm gonna trim it down some more. Because if we got this one, that's about 4 seconds, and then this one is about 10, so about 6 seconds. So now we got 10 seconds all together. Now you're like, is that enough to create some type of a marketing reel, for example? Now keep in mind, this doesn't have to stop right here, all right? So it doesn't have to just be just putting the reel together and that's it. Like, it really can go so much further, and typically for me, it does. I don't always just like to keep just the reel. I want to make sure that I have the reel, I have a flyer. Then I'm also going to invest in some ad space, right? So, for example, because again, tomorrow is Friday, which I already have plans to do that anyway for another event that I got coming up. I am going to be putting some ad money to this event, right? So ultimately, I got to create a flyer for that anyway, which is not going to take me a whole lot because I already know how I kind of want to do it. But in that case, I will have snippets from past events that I could combine to create that reel so people can see what I've done when it comes to this particular type of theme. Now, when it comes to the ad itself, then I will post the ad on Instagram, boost it, pay the money to go ahead and get it accepted and approved so it can start circulating for like a day. And normally I put maybe 5 to 10, sometimes 15 or more dollars into it. And that's just so that way I can make sure that I am reaching a good amount of people. Because the least amount that you put in there, obviously the least amount of people going to see it. The more money you put in it, the more people are going to be able to also see it. But it also goes without saying, but just in case you don't know, that you also have to make sure that you are being very careful with how you are creating the ad. So that is understanding how to target it, understanding who your audience is. So if you're just doing it for everybody, you're more than likely not going to target the people that really need to see the ad. So if you pay attention to your own analytics, for example, like if I were to go to, I think it's supposed to show on mine. It's just sometimes a little weird. But let me go to my dashboard just to give you guys a quick idea. If I go to my dashboard and I'll show you guys I'll give you guys insights of this last ad that I had did on here. Okay? So if I click insights, it's going to show me what I was able to generate from this particular ad. Okay? Now they're really tiny when it comes to how they have it displayed for the laptops, but it's fine. So the ad itself had like over 2,000 views. Engagement was like 128. 79 people actually visited my profile, and I got 15 follows from it. So, and then I had 5 people actually message me through the ad, and I think I only ran it like 2 days. Yeah, I had a daily budget of $10 per day, and I ran it for 2 days. So I spent like $27 on the ad itself. Keep in mind, this was for an event that I had. As you can see, it was a content creation weekend that I had set up, right? And the beauty of this ad was that I literally only spent $20 on the ad, and that weekend I definitely made over $300 on that weekend. And this was for my power shoots. So my power shoots usually be like, at least for this year. Next year they're actually going to be different. The price will go up. But this year they were like $75 for 30 minutes. And I just had a few people come in for that. They paid. That literally started at $75, by the way. But then they wanted edits. You know what I'm saying? And it always goes to them wanting to be able to get edited pictures or an edited video, because I did do both. So they have the option, they have both of those just to get started. And then if they wanted something way more fancy, I can create that, but it was an upsell. So having to understand the process is very important. Is understanding what are you trying to stop people on right now, and then where do you want to get them to, so that way it can be the most, in a sense, bang for your buck, right? And ultimately, I had started really promoting this ad for free. Like I had connected with the studio that I was working with at the time, and then I also had my assistant videographer and having her putting on her page, and then other people that was interested, they were just sharing it initially. Then on the last week or so, that's when I boosted it. Now, if you ask me now, I may switch it up to where, as you can see, for tomorrow would be like an early promotion that I'll be giving out, because the event that I'm promoting for won't be till the end of the month in November. So this could be a way of me gaining interest at the beginning, and then I'll probably do a lot of organic promo in the middle of the month, and then towards the end of the month, I'll do another week. Unless you got in disposable income, you know what I'm saying, or disposable income, you can go ahead and run the ad all month long, but it gotta make sense, right? I'm not in the process, whether I have the money or not, to be putting $500 or even $5,000 into an ad, and I'm probably going to maybe make $500 off of the people that may show up. That won't make any sense to me, right? Unless I'm like planning to really expand the event to be bigger, right? So I would rather, how I look at it is, I'm going to spend the max amount of money is going to be based off of how much would it cost me to get one person through the door, right? So if I'm asking people to pay me $75 to come to a shoot, I myself will pay the max of $75 to run my ad, because at the end of the day, I don't need to run my ad to get people to actually see me and to book with me, but it'll be a great boost. You see what I'm saying? So it all depends on how you value what you are providing. That would also give people an idea, okay, cool, they believe in what they're doing and they know they can reach it organically. This is just extra at the end of the day. So I'm not trying to be out here putting a whole $300 in, and I'm probably going to just make only $300 for that particular time. Like, I have to make profit. It's a business. I have to make a profit. All right. So to go back to where we started at, just to give you guys an idea of what that is really going to ultimately be like. So now I can play this. Actually, I'm going to mute this audio. And I'm going to play it right quick. Okay. Just so you guys get an idea. And then we'll go right into the video. All right. And of course, he shows the whole video. Boom, bam. And I can actually leave it right there. I could even close it out right there. Right. And then what I could do is I just gotta see where I placed it. I might be able to send it to myself, but I have actually, you know what? I'm gonna grab it from another video. I have an outro, whichever one is the correct way of saying it. And that is just my logo at the end, right? So what I will do is I actually will create, I gotta see if I have it on this one. It might be on the back of that one. That's going to be a long clip, though. It's definitely on the back of this one. So we're going to grab this one. Okay. And then I'm going to go down here. I'm going to download this clip as well. Download other video. Paste it. As you can see, I am very good at using my resources. I do not care to be trying to pay a whole bunch of money to do a bunch of different things when there are a lot of programs that I could use that are free. So if you're trying to download videos from your Instagram, for example, Snap Insta, personally for me, I love just because it's easy. Like I can just put the link in there, and as you can see, I'm downloading it to my laptop, and in that way I can utilize it. Obviously, if you're using your phone, you can use something like hold on, Concrete Rose Floor Edited Floor Workshop. You could use even something like the Repost app on your phone, and that could also get you what you need. That way, you're not having to really find the original video. You can just like go ahead and go to your page and just download it from there. Concrete Rose Edited Floor Recap. Okay. That's not even a recap. That's just a for promo because she has the recap, and I might end up posting that tomorrow too because she hasn't posted it yet. So that's fine. All right, so now that's downloaded. Boom, now we're coming here. And keep in mind, the only reason I'm even over here is just so I can get this outro, and I was too lazy to try to grab it from somewhere else. Which that means I need to upload it directly to my CapCut library so I can always have it. All right, so now we're gonna go here, and boom, that's all I want right there. And then I'm gonna cut it. So we're gonna split that. Delete the beginning portion. Now we'll see what that looks like. And then, of course, I want to transition because that cut off in a not cute way. So we're going to do that. And as you can see, obviously, if you use CapCut, you already know you can utilize, obviously, the free transitions. Or if you have Pro, you can utilize the Pro one. I'm doing the free for the purpose of you guys being able to see what that looks like. Okay, cool. So I want this to actually... There's a certain type of way that I like my logo to appear. I am going to duplicate that because, again, I like it a certain way. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to trim that more. Bring this... Yep. Right there. Then I'm going to cut it right there. All right, so I'm gonna show you guys exactly what I mean. And then I'll trim this a little bit more. Okay, and that's fine. All right, so now we got the pictures, we got the video, and we even have my logo at the back. Now it's like, okay, so what am I looking at? If I were to upload this, are people gonna be able to understand what it is that I'm showing them? Okay. Now, of course, you can have multiple choices of how you want to do this. Normally, if I'm posting this, for example, on Instagram, I like to use Instagram's text. Like I like to go to their reels, I upload the reel, and then I go from there, and I will actually just utilize their text because it right now because I've been using it so much. I personally like the fact that it does go with my brand, but for the purpose of the video, I will utilize the text here in CapCut. Okay. Let's see. I guess I didn't. Let's do not disturb. Okay. Let's see here. So now I am going to find the text or the type of font that I think would go pretty good with this. Alright. And it doesn't have to be fancy, but I know this is a certain style that I personally like. And I also think about the style that I feel like would gravitate to other people. Okay? Let's see. Okay, let's use this one. I like the way that one looks. So we'll use this one. All right, so what I'll do now is I'll change this text. So what I'll put is, because what do I want people to know? I want them to know what it is, and I also can put the price so that they already are aware of what it's going to be like. But it's also in a way how I want to phrase it because I'm gonna put all the extra wordage in the caption, so I don't want to be very wordy when it comes to placing it on the video because they're gonna be like because also they're gonna look at the footage, the content, and they're probably just have the words be like a passing type thing. So what I can type in is Because ultimately, it was even a full hour, but I was there for like an, I was there for about over an hour. But the capturing of everything, I'll say it took about 30 minutes to an hour. Um, so I can phrase it like that. So maybe up to an hour. Or 1 hour performance footage. 175. Right? And then let's test it out just because we just put it in here. Just to see what it looks like. Now of course that text could look a lot fancier to make it stand out even more. But I like how it came out. So now what I'm gonna do is I am also gonna duplicate this text. So I copy and pasted, and then I'm gonna place another text underneath it, and I'm going to just gonna put photos and videos. Okay. Then we're going to shrink it. And of course, bring it up. Like that. Okay. Now, for the first text, I'm going to go ahead and bold it out just so it can make it stand out even more. I feel like it needs a shadow as well. So I will try to do that. Background. Not background. I just said shadow and I still chose background. Shadow. Here we go. Drop the opacity on the shadow because it don't have to be cool. It don't have to be very dark. And then the photos and videos portion underneath it, that may have a background. Or I can give it to one of these preset styles. And I'm probably going to make this bold as well, but let's see what it looks like. All right. Now, I am going to bring this up, and we're going to test it out to see what it looks like all together. All right. Simple. Simple as hell. Like, it ain't have to be complicated at all. Okay. And of course, you can play around with this as much as you can, see what you like about it, what you don't like about it. But ultimately, that's just one video. Okay. That's just one video. Then, of course, the other parts of the marketing for something specific like this, I would have another post where it be just the pictures by themselves. So even though she already had a collage that she had created and put me in it, then I would just do my own, just so that people can actually slide through the pictures and take their time with that. I could even repost the recap video that I had created for her, and that could be another post in that way. And again, having of course even a flyer created through Canva, for example, would be a great idea as well. Now, what I could do is I can show you guys something like that right quick. All right. So what I'll do is let me prep that, and then we're gonna go right to that, so you guys can see how I will go about it. So in the meantime, I'm gonna save this because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna mess with it just so I can really get the idea of what I like and would like to see posted. But ideally, want to make sure you tell people what it is. If there's a price that's attached to it, let them know up front. For something like this, like if it's something that's more intricate, or even if the price is like, for example, this is a starting price, right? So this still goes off of you are just only getting 5 pictures and up to 2 videos. Like if you're performing 2 times, you're getting that footage, right? And that's all raw. And then of course, I always include, at least for this particular event, I would include a 30-second edit. Normally my edits would be like a minute and a half. But for this one, because you're already getting pictures and you're getting all your raw videos, I just add on a 30-second edit, right? And then from there, if you decide you want more, this is where you can upsell as a person providing a service. So if they say, hey, I want all the pictures, which in this case she said she wanted all the pictures. So when she's ready, she'll be actually purchasing the rest of the pictures and get those also edited. That could be whatever price you want to charge. Some people charge $5 per. Some people charge $10 and $15 per picture to get edited, so that you can already add in your mind how much that's gonna be. Same thing when it comes to videos. If they're like, hey, I want more videos, or I want both of these performances to have their own specific edit, you can charge according to that too. So it's many different ways you can utilize it to be able to upsell and make more money when it comes to just from your starting price. Because I never look at my prices for anybody as the ending price. There's always more shit you can possibly pay for and buy through me, right? And it's in your business structure at the end of the day. Because if you're capping your money at the door, then of course where are you having room to either grow, be able to provide more, and ultimately be able to help grow your business even more too. So I think about all those things. The client is happy, you're happy at the end of the day, and it's a win-win. So now I'm gonna go ahead and close out CapCut. Yeah, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get these pictures because I got them in here somewhere. So I'm gonna go ahead and get those right quick, and then I'm gonna put them in Canva so you guys can see how I would edit like an actual flyer. Okay, let's see here. Because where did I send them to? Ooh. Look at my phone. And then I could upload these to Drive here. Where's she at? Cool. Alright, and then edits. Alright, and then click upload file. Now you're probably thinking like, why do I have to do all of that? Like that's a lot for a marketing campaign. And I ask you, do you value your business? Because how I treat my business is if I don't do this, I don't eat. If I don't do this, my bills don't get paid. If I don't do this, my business suffers. Okay? So I'm never in a place of thinking like, oh my God, that's too much work. Because at the end of the day, it is something that needs to be done. It is something that if I don't do it, I'm going to pay somebody to do it. And I'd rather keep that money in my pocket and be able to do it on my own and take care of it. Luckily, I've already have a background in graphic design and web development anyway, so it's not an issue for me to go ahead and put something like this together. Now, if you are somebody that's like, you know what, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm confused, then you can go to places like, for example, Fiverr. Fiverr can be able to help you to develop these same ads or graphics or even a website, something simple as creating a landing page to help you to be able to get the look that you're looking for and also help you save time, right? So it's one or the other, whether you can do it yourself or you can pay somebody to do it for you, right? And that's how I look at it. So I don't complain because it's because I'm doing it. I just do it, okay? And because of that, I have been very lucky and blessed to be consistently working, especially in the last several months back to back. Like literally, again, it's gotten to a place where every weekend is booked. To the point now, I'm trying to fill up my Sundays. Like when I say every weekend, typically Saturdays are usually the ones people go for first, right? And then once the Saturdays are filled up, then I'm giving people an option to go ahead and, okay, I got some Sundays you might be able to jump in there and get something done, right? And then throughout the middle of the week, I'm editing, I'm creating content, I am letting people know what I've done that past weekend, what's coming up, so that way I am always having a rotation of work at the end of the day. And keep in mind, this is towards the end of the month or towards the end of the year where typically things would be a little slow, all right? But for me, I don't look at that. I'm gonna figure out something because you can always make a deal. You can always create a sale, and ultimately it'll help you so that way you can eat even in the middle of the slow season. Okay. And at the end of the day, if all else fails, go to networking events. Like, go meet up with people. Let's see. Google Drive like to take a sign when I be having to upload stuff. Now I'm saying a minute remaining. All right, I got one picture in there. We're gonna roll with it. All right. So, and this picture is actually not bad, so we can fuck with it. But if the other ones get up there, I will come back for it. Maybe that's why. I gotta get off the thing itself. All right. Okay, so I got Canva open here. I'm gonna go ahead and take down that Snap Insta. I am going to take off Pixieset and Instagram. All right, now I'm waiting for Canva to come in. Oh yeah, like I said, I was going to take off CapCut. So now we're going to remove that, close that out, just so I can save some computer power. Okay. All right, so now you see the other ones are coming in. Because I really don't need a whole lot. I'm feeling if I can get at least 2 or 3, that'd be a great start. So now, what I'm going to do is, as you can already see and get an idea, I have some images here, for example, like flyers. So this was one design that I've done. And actually, I posted that on my page as well. Then I did another flyer right here. And then I have this other flyer. So I'm going to go ahead and click on them so you guys can see. Now, granted, this is not the whole entire flyer because I used multiple services for this, multiple programs. So I started off like this when it comes to Canva, and then I brought it into Instagram, and then I had clicked on my iPhone photos to select the actual image that I wanted, and then from there I saved the image that I wanted and brought it into Instagram stories. It's a whole process, but it turned out really, really great. So that's the only reason I'm even bringing that up. As you guys can see, that's a different process. Then from there, I have this flyer that I created. That was the one that I just downloaded to grab the outro. So this one is actually the flyer that I created to put it together to help promote it. So that was its own marketing campaign, right? So even if you might be looking like, yeah, I never do marketing campaigns, you might be doing it and don't even realize it, right? Well, if you are putting in place something that is creating multiple steps for you to let people know this is something that you do, more than likely it's a campaign that you're putting together, right? So this is just a picture, and then I have right after the picture is the actual video. So that's where elements start coming into play, and you can really see how that pops, right? So it's pretty cool. Learn how to do that. And then, of course, I have my flyer for my reel specifically. So let me see if I can, because this one was a minute. It was a while back. So here is that ultimate picture that I had put together, and this is what it ended up being. Like, it was really hot. It was really, really nice. And basically created a strip from Canva. Then, of course, I utilized Canva again after I brought it back in there, and I added some pictures of me in the background, and I blurred them out. Then I uploaded this picture to Instagram stories, and then I just put these selected areas of me over the actual film strip. So it came out pretty dope. I was very happy with that. But here is the price list through Canva that I created. And that is, of course, letting people know, hey, this is what I offer, which I would suggest that you have a service, you have a company that you are promoting, to definitely have your list of prices, all right? So here is an idea, a bigger side of it. So you can see what I offer for each one, what's included, and of course what they all have all together, right? So that means I'll create you a custom Canva template and create custom reel covers. People sleep on the custom reel cover, so they think like, oh, I don't need nothing that fancy, but you do, okay? Just because of the fact that reel covers, they help let people know what is it they're about to look at. Some people might not find your page or find your video just by scrolling. So they might have to go to your actual page. When you go to your actual page, that's where you'll be able to see titles of shit, covers that lets me know, okay, this is what this picture is. Like I have this particular one that says behind the scenes versus the shot. I do a lot of those, right? So you can see when you click on it, you will actually see a video that was actually shot and the behind the scenes of how it was captured, right? But then in the video, you will never see that actual cover reel. Same thing with this one. This one is just showing the person's name, and then a couple of screenshots of them moving. But if you click on it, it just shows that one video of the entire video, right? So that way it's showing the edited, but again, throughout that whole thing, you will never see the cover. So it's only supposed to be on your actual page. Like little things like that are very important because you think people don't notice or they're not paying attention, and they do. Because if they're looking at something and they can't tell you what it is before they click on it, they're not gonna click on it. They're gonna be like, okay, in the picture, the picture better stand out. Like the picture that you chose, it better stand out. Otherwise, they're gonna be like, yeah, I don't know what this is. Like this video right here, I have of my last live. I have no text on it yet. I always go back and kind of edit those afterwards. So once I do, people say, oh, okay, so this is what she was talking about. It just gives you an idea of what's going on. Okay. So now we're going to get off of this, get off of that. Now I am here. So right. So what I want to do is because it'll be like a flyer. So what I will do is I will click create, and I'm gonna say I'm trying to do this in about 10 minutes, as much as I can. Then I'm gonna click on. We'll do the 4x5 Instagram post. Okay. All right, and then from there, I'm gonna come here and I'm actually gonna grab a few of these pictures. So grab the ones that I think would be pretty cool. So I'll do this one and this one. All right, we'll download those three. All right, so now, of course, they're gonna have me literally download it. All right, photos. Now we're here, okay? So now the easiest thing to do, obviously, is go ahead and find you a template. Like, unless you can do this from scratch, then go for it. But it will take you some time. So being that I am short on time, I'm gonna go ahead and find me a template. So what I'll do is I'm gonna use some words to determine on what I want that to look like. So I'll go here, extract this actually. That way we can open that up on its own. Okay, so now what I'll do, I'll come here and I will say, because these are all mostly flyers, but I will say, we'll just type in flyer. Um, we'll do event flyer. Okay, so not caring for how those look like. So then what I'll do is I will probably type in photos flyer. So far this one looks nice. I like how this looks. All right, so but it's something about it that I feel like I would probably change. This one's cool too. So let's mess with that one. I like this one. So what I'm gonna do here is I will probably replace this one. Let me see something. Because there are some sensitive photos in here, so I'm kind of making sure I'm not allowing those to be seen. All right. So we're back here. So now I am going to my uploads, and I'm gonna do is actually going to use one of my pictures for this one right here, just like that. And you're probably like, why would you use yours? Because that way you can see who's doing the pictures. All right. So now I'm gonna go here, go to upload files, and I am going to go to. I'm gonna go to. Cause where did I have that? Right here. All right, and then I'm gonna click on here. Then we're gonna upload all three of these. All right, so now that you see them showing up here, all right, then what I'll do is I will select the first one, and I'll probably put that probably right there, and then select this one, probably put that right here, and then this last one I will put that here. Okay, so now we got something really cool pretty that's happening right here. So now what I can do is I can either remove this altogether because I really want text to be there instead. Um, and in actuality, I need that video right there. So let's see if I can upload a video. And then we're gonna see what that look like. Now keep in mind, again, this is one of those things where you have a few options. So this flyer could be a still flyer or it could be a motion flyer, meaning you can have a video attached to it, or you could just keep it as pictures. If you're trying to go all out when it comes to your marketing campaign, I would say do all of those things. And again, it might be like it's excessive, it's way too much work. Fuck that. Like, if you really want people to see it, if you want people to be in a place where like they're understanding what you got going on, I'd say do it. So even for example, something like this would be pretty cool, right? And now all I can do is trim it. I can trim it and hopefully turn this sound off. So I probably would leave it right here and then put it right here. Because again, I'm not trying to show so much. All right. So that's about 10 seconds. Okay. We'll hit done on that. Then we are turn that volume off. Okay. Now, again, here we go. All right. So people can come here and they'd be like, oh shit, like I can see the video or I can see the pictures. And it's all in one literal image, right? One post. Now, ideally, yes, this will ultimately be turned into a video at this point, right? But ultimately, you have that option to be able to create that type of creativity. So for me, now what I would do is I would go here and I probably would put my logo right here. So let me see if I can search that right quick. Agency. Not the designs. All right, so let me see. Let me go find that right quick. Hold up. Oh yeah, it's definitely like that. There's so much shit on here. Let's see here. Almost got it. All I'm trying to do is just put my logo in here. All right, here we go. All right, so you guys can see what that looks like, and then we'll wrap it up. So in this case, we can do. Let's try this one. Now, actually, I liked how that looked. If that was an idea that I wanted to do, um, okay. So I'm gonna show you guys what I just saw and what I'm like. That would be pretty dope. So put this here. Turn this around a little bit, right? Expand it even more, like make it really big. And then drop the transparency on it. Like that. Like, I think that's pretty cool. Okay. So then, of course, I ultimately do want to get rid of this part. I will put text on there instead. So I'll probably delete image and the frame. And then I'll just add some text to it. And I don't have to be nothing crazy. So it could just be something as simple as book your performance. And then, of course, bring it in, drop it here, turn it around so that way it kind of is aligned. Book your. And I'll probably. Alright, cool. Again, I'm probably going to finesse this later on, but I'm actually going to give like a generic type of statement. So it says, book your solo performance footage with your own media team, for example, right? Photos and videos included, and that could be in parentheses. And I don't care for this type of text, so we're going to. I think removing the boldness makes it look better. And then I'll probably bring this down some. Again, just so it can kind of fit, right? But I think overall, I'm going to definitely play around with it just to make sure that I like the way that it looks. And if anything, I might actually get rid of this too because it was cool, but I'm like, it's kind of in the way. But unless I keep it there, then I would have to lower it some more. Right? And then, of course, you just save this particular post. They see what you did. They see what you can do. You, of course, you put your price if you want to in it and the flyer. But again, I'm definitely going to finesse this because I like how it looks. But I do want people to be able to see that this is an option and this is what you can get from it. So it's one of those things like you just find out what you can do to make yourself stand out ultimately. Because I'm not in the place of looking like anybody else. I can't look like anybody else, and I'm okay with that. So because of that, I like to excel in my own little lane and make it look as awesome as fucking possible. So that is pretty much the entirety of setting up and marketing campaign in variety of forms. All right, so we did a little bit of CapCut. We can create you a reel through there, and how to get certain footage to put together to make that reel. Then we also did some Canva, so you can create an actual flyer. All right, utilizing templates are not a bad thing. You can always finesse those templates. You can change them out however you decide to. You can add them up, add certain things to it to make them stand out from what the template look like. They have, luckily, Canva has so many different elements that you can choose as well. Like, you are not limited if you understand how to utilize your resources. And then, of course, as always, make sure you let people know what it is that you do, what you do, how they can contact you. Um, if it's, again, if it's not something that's crazy, astronomical when it comes to the quote, you can put the price on there because it might be something that other people may look at and be like, you know what, I need that. I've been looking for something like that. And this way, you could be the one to provide it. So, with that being stated, this is the end of I'll say the October series, right? I'll do another one for November. Um, so next week we'll be taking a break. I'm probably still gonna be doing my own capturing of my own pictures, but it might not be like on a live. But it may be a situation where I may record it to edit later, but not on a live. And then next, when the first Thursday in November starts, which in this case will be November 6th. So on November 6th would be when I am going to start the next series because we got six. Perfect. Because then after that, it's 4 months, 4 weeks specifically in November that I can really cover photography, videography, editing, and marketing, right? And putting all that together. So if there's anything that you also want to look at and you're like, hey, I really want to be able to understand how to do this more. I'm in this field, but I need it to make sense for me. Would you break it down? Let me know. Leave me a comment to let me know. Definitely, if this has helped you, if it gave you some insight on what you can do on your own, leave a comment and subscribe. And also make sure you give me a thumbs up on the video as well. There's a lot of things that I am working on, not only to do better on, but to make sure that you guys are very much aware of when these lives are coming in so you can really get the best of them. But at the end of the day, when all else fails, definitely go to my Patreon. If you can't find something here, you'll be able to find it there. All right. So thank you guys so much who have tuned in and who are steadily watching what I do. I appreciate you so much, and I will catch you guys on the next.